so much for inviting me over to your camp. I really, really appreciate it.
I'm glad you got to come through.
First of all, this was incredible. Like, this was so much fun, and I saw how much you offered your campers that are here this year. And I know this year is a lot different because way more cities, and you have a really big staff involved. So talk about some of the differences between last year's camp and why you decided to expand it and kind of change it up a little bit this year.
Absolutely. So one of my passions is definitely children. And I'm always fascinated when I go places to see the style of basketball. And I think it starts with the kids, the next generation. And you always want to give back whenever you feel like you have an opportunity to do so. So my family and I, this is all my family this year. We took a lot of volunteers last year. So this year we kept it in-house. And I just said, you know what, I'm going to take my family and my friends and the people who I grew up with and really understand my style, play the best. And let's go around the city and different cities and throw a camp. So last year we did 5 cities. And this year we expanded to about 14 camps. So, almost 3 times as much. But we got a good feedback last year that I felt like, oh man, let's go and try to see what it would look like if we went to Cleveland, to Detroit, added some camps around the Midwest and all over the country. So we added more camps, we took my family, and we just having fun together. And it reminds me of when I'm AAU days, when you were a kid, and I used to come to these camps. So I know exactly what it's like to be on the other side of things. So to see kids now, it's like, they're a direct reflection of me.
So what are some of the things that you taught the kids? Because I was watching and I'm looking at some of these drills and I'm just like, I know I'd pass out at my age trying to do these drills. So what are some of the things that you try to instill in your campers?
So this camp is just all about getting better. That's our mantra, get better. So whatever skill level the kids come in, we have people for every sort of skill level. If you're just beginning, if you're looking to add to your repertoire, or if you're playing you have aspirations to play at the next level. It's just a high intensity, higher energy camp, and I put them through a lot of the skills and drills that I continue to do to this day. And it's kind of like workout with Sky and workout like Sky. And I thought my staff, they have great energy, great intensity, and really have the kids be competitive. And that's the biggest thing, just challenging themselves. So when we get better during the camp, we try to say, well, try to push yourself and see if you can go to a limit that you may not have known you had. Because at this age, I think it's all about really teaching them how to have a work ethic and have a great attitude. So a lot of the skills and drills we do, just basketball one-on-one, and we go all the way up to scrimmaging, and just try to put on an intense camp. We also have a strength and conditioning aspect to our camp as well, where I use my actual trainer. And, it's kind of fun.
The trainer that you have on Instagram.
Yeah, it's intense.
Okay.
Riggs 3602 from Instagram if you watch any of the videos. But it adds another element to the camp. Definitely that strength and conditioning and agility aspect too. So that's kind of different.
Speaking of strength and intensity and everything, you've been rehabbing really hard since you got injured last year. So what's the update on the status of your ACL and just your return coming up this season?
I'm looking to be in the jersey when the first game of the Dallas Wings of that franchise. It's going to be so exciting being down in Dallas now. We moved from Tulsa to Dallas. I think it's great for the WNBA brand and our individual brands. And, right now, still in the rehab process, but, my knee is looking better and better every day. I'm feeling better and better.
I've seen some of the drills that you do with him on Instagram, so I think your knee is better.
Yeah, he's getting me strong. That's my biggest thing, is just about getting strong. When you have an injury like that, you want to make sure you do all the necessary steps before you return to the court. So I'm so excited about this summer, 20th year of the WNBA.
We're going to talk about that right now.
And it should be exciting.
Talk about that since you segue right into it.
Buzz, like a huge buzz around the league this year.
So what's going on? Like, what do you guys have in store?
Well, I think they want to spice things up a little bit. I think just with the draft, and you have that class coming out with
Brianna
Stewart leading that class, but so many other talented players that I think will spread around the league. And you saw the impact of the rookie last year with Kia Stokes. Cheyenne Parker, Jewel Lloyd. The list goes on and on about the rookies and their impact. So I think people are excited about that, about it being 20 years and just what that means for the WNBA brand, and talking about everyone who's blazed that trail for us and how we're trying to blaze that trail for the next generation and just keep going. And then the product on the court, I think, is the best it's ever been. The return of Diana Taurasi,
that's going to be interesting.
Coming back with coming back from my ACL injury, I think we'll have a lot of players who set out last year starting at the beginning of the season. So that'll be great for fans who kind of missed some of their players being out last year. And it should just be competitive. I mean, a lot of people with the moves and different people going to different teams. Should be every game, night in and night out, should be one that'd be really exciting for the fans.
When you were talking to the kids, I overheard you say that you were 7 years old when the league debuted.
Yes.
So from being 7-year-old Skylar to 25-year-old Skylar, talk about that transition and what it has meant to you from being just a little girl watching it and just like, oh my God, I want to be just like Lisa Leslie,
right,
to now you are someone's Lisa Leslie.
Yeah, it gave me something to aspire to be like. You know, it was so important when the league came out. You know, me being a young girl who was interested into the game, but I didn't know where it would take me. I didn't really know much about basketball, what the opportunities that this game, you know, would present to me. And traveling all over the world, meeting so many people, meeting so many of my best friends. And I think that when the WNBA started, it gave me something to aspire to be like. It gave me role models and real models, where I could say, oh, I want to be like Lisa Leslie, I want to be like Cynthia Cooper, I want to be like Cheryl Swoops. And then being able to meet those women, you know, the accessibility of those women, being able to talk to them, and being able to go to different camps and meet people, and now having it come full circle where, you know, I am one of those influencers in the game of basketball, and it's just about what you do with it. And, you know, for me, I just want to continue to give back to the kids and to travel all around the world, you know, playing basketball and being around the game.
So what are some keys would you have for a young girl right now who's basically about to graduate high school, go to college, or has a scholarship to college, and she aspires to be in the WNBA? What tips would you have for her to stand out and differentiate herself from the other talented young ladies that are aspiring to do the same thing?
Absolutely. It's about working harder and working smarter. And taking care of your body.
Working smarter is key.
Taking care of your body, balancing everything, especially for a young girl coming out of high school to college. College is tough everywhere you go, and it might seem like it's a lot, and the schedule is very demanding. Just making sure you balance it. It's about, that's the best word I could put to describe it. Making sure you understand and utilize what your resources are, and know that you have resources. And mentors, people, surrounding yourself with people that think like you, people who are like you, or at where you want to be, have the same mindset as you, positive, and continue to push yourself and be competitive with yourself in every drill. I mean, it just keeps getting tougher and tougher at the next level. So the more mentally tough you are, I feel like, the more you can focus and set goals for yourself, I think the further you can go.
Awesome. And just to shift gears a little bit so we can wrap it up, NBA All-Star Weekend is in a couple of weeks, and I know last year you participated. So I'm not sure. Every year you participate. So what are you looking forward to, if you are going, what are you looking forward to this year? And what are some of your favorite things that you did last year? What are your best memories from All-Star Weekend?
Always loved the Celebrity All-Star Game.
Elena Deladon and Natalie Achanwa are going to be in this year's game.
Natalie Achanwa obviously was my teammate at Notre Dame. She's from Canada. So I think that's great for Notre Dame to be represented still in the All-Star Celebrity All-Star Game. You know, it's always a lot going on. It's very eventful, and it's surrounding the game of basketball. Everyone loves it. It's very entertaining, and I think it's a great treat for the fans who get to see their favorite players in a different light. You know, not just game, but
like
you know,
fun.
dunk contests. You know, it's very interactive for the fans. Different opportunities to have meet and greets and autograph sessions, and just being around fans walking through the lobby of the hotel or around the whole city. And I think it's fun for the fans to be able to come and watch the dunk contest, watch the three-point contest, Celebrity All-Star Game. And then at the peak of everything is the All-Star Game, where you get to see all of your favorite players playing in that caliber of basketball. It's just so entertaining, and I love being a part of it. I think it's important for the W brand to be represented at the All-Star Weekend, and you know, anything that you can do there, Legends brunch, lunch, anytime you can, you know, meet people and talk to people. You know, you might see Dominique Wilkins or some of the legends walking around. It's insane.
And they're super cool too.
I think it's exciting for the fans, for the whole city, you know, and to be able to travel and play this game and entertain all around the country, all around the world.
Team East or Team West?
I don't have a preference. It's so even this year.
I would think you would say Team West since you're
right. I know I play, and then I'm from the Midwest, so I'm torn. I just want to see the game. I just want to see exciting dunks, and I want to see people making spectacular plays, and I'm looking forward to Kobe in his last game.
Kobe
too.
is one of your favorite players.
So Kobe is definitely one of my favorite players. So I want to see him.
So to wrap it up, talk about Kobe and the impact that he's had and influence on your life. And what would you want to say to him? You have the opportunity now to talk to him and tell him as he's exiting the NBA this year.
Right. Kobe's great. And, the thing about him, his competitive nature always shines through, and that's something that really it drew me to him, was his competitive nature. And he didn't care who he was playing. He was just fearless. And that's really the attitude that I want to take on the court, just having that fearless, competitive nature, and that be my edge. And I wasn't the tallest, fastest, strongest, but my edge was being competitive. And I appreciated that. He's a very cerebral player. You could tell that he studies the game. And nowadays, I feel like people just care about looking like a basketball player instead of actually studying the game and having that component in your repertoire as well. So